Yeah, I'm just going to try to upload this video to YouTube talking about life back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I think people need to start asking, is life better today than it was back then? For me, personally, no. I have to lock my door. I got to take a weapon with me every time I step outside my door. Worried about getting attacked, shot, stabbed, whatever. But, if you think life is better, wow, you didn't live back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Back then, uh, elementary school, we weren't taught about sex. 67 genders, and I still remember when people went to school back in junior high. We had a thing called, bring stuff in for a day, and people brought weapons into school. Show and tell. You know, show and tell. You brought your weapon in, showed the other students, what kind of weapon you had, and rifle. And nowadays, not so much. So if you believe life is better today, that's sad. And most people, I think, alive in America today, a lot of them, including teachers, politicians, they're feeding you a lie. You're listening to a lie, and things will not get better until mainstream media teaches you the truth, and they're lying to you. I'm going to give you an example. Gun violence. Oh, it's the guns, the gun. I've never seen, and I spent 4 years in the United States Army as a tanker, M60A3, 19 Echo tanker. I have never in my life, and I'm almost 70 years old, I have never ever seen a gun jump up and shoot somebody by itself. Never. And I guarantee 1,000% I never will. I don't think anybody will see a gun jump up and shoot somebody, but, shoot another person by itself. So, obviously, somebody has to be pulling the trigger. And until people figure that out, it's pretty simple. Until you figure it out, it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. So, you got to start having some common sense, which used to be required reading back in my day in junior high, a book called Common Sense by Thomas Paine. And it should be required reading today because a lot of common sense is going on in this country. Critical race theory, that's, Black Lives Matter. I call it Black Lives Matter because I thought that stuff was over with back in the 60s with the equal rights. And obviously, a lot of people in America can't understand the word equal. Look up the definition. Grab a book. Maybe Google has the wrong definition anymore. I don't know, but equal means everybody is equal. Now, when you come out with stuff like Black Lives Matter, that's racist. Honestly, come on now. Let's be honest with each other. And you have to start. I remember back in the 60s, all the anti-war demonstrations across the world, Vietnam. You don't see none of that today. How come you don't see any anti-war protesters in America with the Ukraine and Russia stuff? Anti-war, let's stop the war. But I don't see any. Why? You got to start asking yourself some questions and trying to figure it out yourself instead of listening to these bozos out in Bollywood, giving you, you got to get off the internet, look stuff up or something. All right, talk to you later.